Happy Black History, everybody. It's that time of year, so let's get right to it. Today, we're going to talk about Sarah Rector. Sarah Rector was born March 3rd, 1902. She was considered the wealthiest black girl in the world at her time during the 1920s. Let's jump right into it. Her family owned land in a place called Glenpool, 60 miles away from where she grew up in Taft, which is in the Oklahoma territory, which was the Native American territory at the time. Her father was struggling to make ends meet, so he let an oil company drill on his land. And what did they find? They found oil. But here's the thing. This was her plot of land. So she inherited the money. Sometimes she would get as much as $300 a day. In 1913, at the age of 12, she received $11,567. You can only imagine what that is today. Once the word spread that a 12-year-old black girl from Oklahoma was making all that kind of money, you can imagine the kind of stuff she was getting into. People was sending her all kind of marriage proposals. They was wanting to borrow money from her. Family members came out of nowhere. She was a millionaire by the time she was 18 years old in 1920. She owned stocks, she owned bonds, she owned boarding homes, she had all type of businesses. She owned over 2,000 acres of prime riverfront land. Sarah Rector was very generous with her money. She paid for others to go to school. She got married. She had 3 sons. She took her entire family and moved to Kansas City, Missouri. They moved to 12th Street, which was known as the Rector House. She bought a mansion, which is now owned by a nonprofit organization looking to keep it restored and up to date so people can come by and visit and see how she lived back in those days. Sarah Rector enjoyed her wealth. She lived a life of lavish, and she threw all kinds of expensive parties. She used to hang out with Count Basie and Duke Ellington and all the swingers of the 1920s and 30s. Sarah Rector died on July 22nd, 1967 at the age of 65. She's buried at Blackjack Cemetery in her hometown of Taft, Oklahoma. Sarah Rector, a Black History legend.